Hello YouTube, good evening. This is Mark with Waist Deep Wade Fishing, Southwest Florida. Just want to say hello to everyone out there, and as I promised, I'm coming again with our full fishing report for our people who like to fish the flats, people who like to fish the piers. Unfortunately, the beaches are closed right now, and I do have a couple of reports for both. Before we go any further, I hope everyone is being happy, healthy, and safe out there. The coronavirus is real and it is scary, and everyone should be taking as much precautions as possible. Now here in Florida, we are locked down, but we don't have to be. It's not mandatory. Everyone is, taking the precautions that we should. Wash your hands, try to distance yourself from people. A lot of the major beaches are closed, but people are still out fishing. They're fishing on piers. They're wade fishing at any spots that they can get into. So I'm going to put out a report as I promised for the people that still are out there doing that. Hopefully this thing is going to blow over here in the next couple of weeks and things will get back to normal. And I do want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting the channel, giving a thumbs up, showing much love to me and the Waist Deep family over here in Southwest Florida. If you do like everything that you hear and see and find my content useful, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share. You can go to my Instagram, you can go to my Facebook, check out everything. Everything will be linked in the description. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the first report. We're going to start at the Burnt Store Wading Flats, aka the Burnt Store Sandbar. Snook early in the morning, fish the potholes. There's big trout on the inside of the sandbar in 3 to 5 foot of water. Use soft plastics or plugs. Top water in the morning for the trout. Subsurface as the sun comes up, and then later in the day, as that water warms up, you want to definitely use those soft plastics to get closer to the bottom. Redfish along the oyster bars and mangroves as the tide is moving in. Snook are moving in as well to get some shade because of the hotter weather and sunshine. So as that sun is coming up and that tide is coming in and that water is moving up on those mangroves and you decide to go for the reds, there are going to be some snook in there taking shade. On the outside of the sandbar, we have large pods of tarpon that are moving up and down the bar, along with some small cobia and Spanish mackerel. So we do have a big opportunity to catch a variety of fish out there. If you are out on those flats, again, try to bring a buddy, but don't be around 10-15 people. It might be packed out there. I went down there the other day to check everything out. Everything was looking good. I saw a couple of people out there, but everyone's keeping their distance. So next, I'm going to get into the Bokeelia Grass Flats. Now, I know that Bokeelia Pier is closed. I did have a chance to head out there, but I talked to a couple of captains and a couple of my fellow flatsmen that do go out there and fish the flats, and these are the reports that they gave me. On the Bokeelia Grass Flats, they are getting trout and redfish in the potholes early in the morning on the low tide, working into the in-tide. Into the incoming tide. On the high tide, they are still getting a few redfish, but large sized trout, anywhere from 20 to 27 inches, have been caught in the same potholes that the redfish are sitting in the mornings, but now with the water up another foot to 2 foot. So where you would fish for your redfish in 1 to 3 foot of water, now it's 3 to 5 foot of water. Try using soft plastics or subsurface plugs at that time of day for those bigger trout. Again, prior to the pier closing, the Bokeelia Pier, they were getting Spanish mackerel from the pier and a couple of snapper, but that's about all I heard. So next I'm going to go over to the 41 Bridges in Port Charlotte, known as Power Pole Park. If you decide to take a ride up there, that's up on 41. Go over the Port Charlotte Bridge. You'll see the park on the right side. It is open. They are getting bull sharks, a few Spanish mackerel, and a lot of snook at night. They're throwing flare hawks, they're throwing baits, they're throwing swim baits, they're throwing everything, and they're catching them on everything. So if you want to get on down there and do some fishing, just to get, to break the monotony from being home, that pier is open. They are getting also a few black drum that are hanging around the pilings. Use crab. Use some live crab, cup crab, whatever crabs that you can get at this time, and the black drum are eating them. I do not have any reports on redfish coming from the pier. Next, we'll go ahead and move over to the Eljo Beam Pier. I got some reports that there were some keeper-sized snapper. A handful of sheepshead are still there. Snook fishing after dark has been epic on artificials. Use Yozuris, Rapalas, swim baits, live target, swimming mullet, croaker, whatever you have that mimics a bait fish, they're tagging it. So if you can get out there in the dark time, I know that pier is still open, and you're looking to get a couple of big snook, that's where they are, and they're pretty plentiful. Let's see what else we got here. And I do see that there was 3 cobia that have been caught off the pier itself. They didn't say what they caught it on, so I don't know. It wasn't me out there fishing. I'm going by a report. So if you've got any cobia lures, or if you got some good cobia bait, I recommend a sail catfish head. They work every time. Don't let no one fool you. Cut the head off of a sail catfish, put it on a hook, throw it out there. Cobia love it. Moving down the line. Okay, so next we have, let's see here. Let's see what here. We've got the Mount Lachey Bridge. Okay, that Mount Lachey Bridge is the Guinness Book of World Records most fished bridge in the world. And that's right here in my backyard. So here is the report on it. A lot of redfish under the bridge and along the mangrove lines, okay, and around the bridge. So basically there's redfish all over that bridge, okay. Huge snook at night, throw along the bumpers on the bridge. Basically the bumpers that come out that have the lights on them, you want to throw flare hooks at that light in the shadows, and there's snook out there. The reports are anywhere from 35 to 45 inches. So big snook being caught off there. Bring the heavy rod and reel for the big boys. I'm talking 40-pound braid, 60-pound fluorocarbon, 1 to 1.5 ounce flare hawk jigs, 4,000 to 6,000 size reel if you're trying to get those big boys. A couple of decent trout have been getting caught off the side of the bridge itself. There's a little area right there, there's a little rest area that you can fish. There's a grass flat to the right of that. Fish out there, they are being trout caught as well. And that looks like about all that we've got for the Mount Lachey Bridge. The next report I've got, okay, is for the Placida Pier. I don't know if they're still open, but if they are, the last report that I've got, sheep's head are still there. There's tons of sharks, so if you want to go out there and shark fish, feel free to go ahead and do so. They're getting bonnet heads, they're getting nurse sharks, and I believe that they got a couple of black tips. A few bluefish and Spanish mackerel passing through with the tides moving in and out. And that's about all I have for the Placida Pier. Punta Rasa on the way heading out to the Sanibel Causeway. Tarpon in the evenings. Okay, a few trout and snook at night. Throw flare hawks. A couple of snappers underneath the bridge. There's a spot before you go over the bridge where you can get underneath and fish underneath that bridge. That's the spot I'm talking about. And there also has been a couple of jacks and mackerel that have been caught there more towards the evening and the morning time. So the next place that we have is going to be, let's see, where are we at? The West Wall. So now if you happen to be out on the boat, the West Wall is a well-known spot, holds a lot of fish. There's some deep cuts that go along that wall, the wall, which is basically a sandbar. So The report I'm getting, the snooks and reds are running along the mangrove line when the water is up. Larger snook on the southern end of the wall, cobia on the top of the sandbar with a handful of pompano. Tarpon on the outside of the bar, 3 to 6 feet of water. Of course, that's not a wade fishing spot. That's a spot you can only get to by boat, unfortunately. And if you don't have a boat or a buddy with a boat or a kayak, you're not going to fish it. But last but not least, I'm going to throw the Pine Island Sound out there for all my flatsmen that do have boats. The Pine Island, the Tailing Flats, the Indian Fields, the ICW. So basically what we got going on, trout on the grass flats, basically anywhere where you've got 3 to 5 foot of water near a channel and grass, you're going to find some trout. Tarpon in the ICW waterway, as well as bluefish. All along the mangrove line in the Pine Island Sound, most of the deeper mangrove lines are holding snook and reds in those deeper cuts in those mangroves. Use live shrimp on artificials, jigs with paddle tails, and of course, you know, if you can get them, a live pinfish under a popping cork, go ahead and throw that out near the mangroves and hold on. Make sure you bring the proper gear with you so when you do hook that big red or that big snook, you can pull them out of the mangroves. So again, I do want to say thank you and hat off to you. One love to everyone out there that's showing respect to Waist Deep. Again, please hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this channel and make it bigger and better every single week. I want everyone to stay happy, healthy, and safe out there. And everyone say a prayer that this epic event that's happening right now in America ends as fast as possible. So till then, my hat is off to you. Thank you very much. And you know what you got to do at the end of the day? Make sure you go get yourself a yellowmouth. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.